Yo, how are you guys doing? And welcome to yet another ultimate curveball, football weekend recap, whatever you want to call it. We're edging ever closer now to the end of this season, and you know what? What a fantastic season it has been. I was a little bit worried heading into this one, obviously with the players playing in the summer, unprecedented times, and all of that. But maybe they're going to be a little bit too tired. But my God, I mean, apart from the Champions League, which has been a little bit of a letdown, but domestically the leagues, especially the big leagues, have been very, very fun to watch, and obviously different stuff happening in relegation title, especially the Champions League in particular. Race has been in a lot of the big leagues has been wow, you can't take your eyes off of it. And yeah, well, another weekend. Let's just get into it. The Manchester City Chelsea Champions League final dress rehearsal. I was a little bit annoyed at this one because I thought we were going to get to see both at full strength, but I think obviously haven't played in the Champions League and maybe not wanting to give too much. Both rested, specifically City. And yeah, I mean, it turned out to be it started a little bit slow, but the second half, it did open up. And I think the final, it's going to be, obviously, the semi-final was a little bit on the boring side. Well, not a little bit. It was definitely on the boring side. But yeah, I think the final could open up, especially if we see it like it was in the second half. Listen, I see a lot of different fan bases, they're going at it and stuff. It's a game filled with episodes. I think Sterling should have got sent off. Obviously, if Aguero scored the Panenka. By the way, that Aguero thing did not sit right with me. That the fact that he had to send out a tweet or whatever Instagram it was, apologizing, but it happens, okay? Yes, you look silly taking it, and if the keeper doesn't move or he gets straight back up, but that's part of the game. After everything this guy's done, and he's sitting there, maybe obviously no one else forced him but him. Well, listen, this is a club legend. After everything he's done, having to just sit there and tweet and apologize and nonsense, man. Get on with it, like the stuff happens. But yeah, listen, Chelsea are the real deal. If people are still questioning, they're the real deal. I think the final is going to be. I'm seeing a lot of people thinking City are gonna win it convincingly. Not at all. It's going to be a 50-50 final. City will have the edge. They'll be the favourites. But wow, the way Tuchel's got Chelsea working, and of course it's a big win at the end for Chelsea because they're fighting for the Champions League, and this should definitely move them a step closer if they don't win it to ensure that they will be playing in it next year. Spurs' backline has always been the problem. Listen. This is the one thing with Jose, right? Which again, I know people because I love Jose and I keep going back to defend him. But listen, this is one of those things where Jose needs a backline, right? Jose needs a backline for his team to play to its full potential. And once again, you look at the way Spurs defend, especially in that game against Leeds. It was, again, unwatchable stuff. Eric Dyer, I just don't know what people see in this guy. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't get... Southgate plays him for England from time to time. Spurs are still playing him at the back. I don't get it. This guy, his positioning, he doesn't sense danger. And as a centre-back, if you don't do that, I mean, maybe obviously he started out as a midfielder, now he's playing... I don't get it. To me... Leeds, credit to them, has to be said. These guys have caused severe issues to all of the big six. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they've not been beaten at home by any of the big six. So their style of play matches very well, and it always makes for an entertaining game. But yeah, I mean, Spurs, they need to do something. I think from the keeper to a couple of centre backs to a right back, massive issues. And remaining on the Premier League, Leicester are crumbling. Surely not. Back-to-back years they're going to choke Champions League spots. The way they capitulated against Newcastle, my oh my. To me, they deserve it based off the way they've been playing this season. But and I thought they deserved it last year as well. They play some beautiful football. But listen, I mean, nothing's deserved if you don't earn it. And you need to get in there. And at the moment, they're just finding it once again. Iheanacho got them out of big trouble. I forgot against who it was when they scored that absolute thunderbolt. And they've not been playing. They're kind of fading. They're kind of walking towards the finish line. Whereas Liverpool now is going to be interesting, by the way. This coming week, United will play against both Leicester and Liverpool at Old Trafford in 2 days. Leicester comes first. Now, I know technically United are still fighting for the league, but there's no way they're going to be able to field a strong team in either game. So what I think they're going to do is rest against Leicester and go full strength against Liverpool, which of course would screw Liverpool over. But it'll be good for Leicester, but let's see if they can take advantage of it. It's going to be a fascinating week in that regard. Elsewhere, Bayern Munich are crowned champions of Germany for the how many time now? I'm not so sure. Was it since probably 2012, right? I think the last one Dortmund won, which it's incredible. But listen, this league, it fails to get me excited because once again I try to look at the future. Full credit to Bayern Munich, of course. Dortmund kind of giving it to them. They're beating Leipzig, but it was a massive win for Dortmund, who are fighting, of course, for the Champions League, and Frankfurt dropping points at Dortmund, who were without Haaland, still managed to get the job done. Nice to see Sancho back on the scoring charts. But again, I look in the future for the Bundesliga, and you're telling me these guys have already secured one of the best centre backs in the Bundesliga from a direct rival, and the best up-and-coming young coach, in my opinion, in world football, in Nagelsmann. He's already now going to Bayern, so how can I get excited for next year? Of course, one of Haaland or Sancho will probably depart Dortmund, so it's a shame, but full credit to Bayern nonetheless. Can Lille pull off one of the biggest upsets and somehow win the French League? I'll be honest, I think there's going to be another team that would win the French League now for quite some time, considering, of course, PSG. I mean, they keep getting stronger and stronger, buying all these superstars, but out of nowhere, Lille this season are now 2 games away from potentially winning the French League, and PSG, they dropped points, they crumbled, and Lille are still going strong. I think everyone outside of France it's probably rooting, well, outside of Paris, I should say, it's probably rooting for Lille to go all the way. I don't watch the French League too much, I admit, but I've seen a few highlights here and there, and Burak Yilmaz, 35 years of age, still going ever so strong. I think they seem like they've got a good blend of youth and experience, and I am definitely rooting for them, although Pochettino, if he does not win the French League, I know he kind of came in a little bit late to the season, or well, not there from the start, but still this will go down on his record. Can he win a league title? God damn it. Ooh, I'm rooting for Lille. I know them sure I'm rooting for. Victor Osimhen, how good is he? I thought he deserves a thread on this, a topic on this. I'll be honest, they bought him for a lot of money, a big sum of money. When he came in, he looked good initially. He looked very good. Then he got that injury, which hampered both him and Napoli big time, and obviously set him back in his progress. But he's still a young player. When he came back, I'll be honest, I watched him and I'm not sure. Okay, I don't know. I watch him play and I'm like, But then you see him play, I know it was against Spezia, but you see him in a game like that. Pace, power, finishing, movement. And he's very good as well in getting others involved. Very selfless player. He's one to keep an eye on, you know. I can't quite make up my mind on him. I can't quite. There's like some games, I tell you, I watch him play, I'm like, donkey. But other games, we'll keep an eye on this one. La Liga, well, it's going to go down to the final day, I'm sure at this point. The big games, the big weekend, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Sevilla, both finish in a draw. I didn't quite watch the Real Madrid-Sevilla game because I was watching the Milan and Juve. I caught the end of it. I knew Real Madrid were going to struggle considering the way I seen them against Chelsea. They did look very tired, and of course Sevilla are far from an easy team to play against. I think that probably might rule both of them out, because with less games coming up now, I think it's between Barca and Atletico. I think Madrid still have a trip to Bilbao, which ain't going to be easy, and god damn it, they look very, very tired, and of course the injuries that keep coming in. But Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, I think Barca blew it. That was a massive occasion for them, and to me, understandably, Atletico, we all know this by now, for the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years, far from an easy team to play against. But I don't think Barca done enough. I thought they played passive. I still think they're banking on Atletico dropping points against the smaller teams, which can easily happen. But Atletico got the better of them. I thought Atletico, if any team was going to win that game, I thought it was Atletico. Messi, of course, had that famous, crazy one, but then Oblak got a tip on that, reminded me of Gordon Banks on Pele-esque. What a save on a fantastic player who made a crazy one. But yeah, listen, I think Barca blew it. I think Usman came on. I thought he was very, very poor. It's in Atletico's hands, all they have to do, and they haven't got the hardest of games. But they have tended to struggle against the smaller teams. So I'm sure this is going to go down right to the final day, and I cannot wait to see who's going to end up winning it. And last, but most certainly not least, will Ronaldo be playing Europa League football next year? Listen, as an interview, I told you, right? I told you I was going to sit back. I sat back in front of my TV, cigar in my hand, a glass of wine in the other. Just sit back, laid back, and enjoyed what I've never enjoyed watching a game between those two in the manner in which I did. Both are fighting for that last Champions League spot. And Napoli and Atalanta, listen, they're the two most informed teams, so they will most definitely get the spot. So it's just one left. And Milan, well, won convincingly. Trainer and Juve, both have looked very, very poor. I thought Juve were going to pull it off, and I thought Milan would be the ones that will miss out. Of course, nothing's done yet, but I will most definitely enjoy that. I got a bit of stick because I was picking on Ronaldo. Listen, the problem with Ronaldo, right, what people need to understand with him, and this is, like I said, I'd love to go into more detail. Yes, he has a shocking team around him at the moment. The team doesn't have any idea how to play. Pirlo is at fault. But Ronaldo as a player, understandably, father time, 36, 37, whatever he is, right? He is nowhere near the player he used to be, especially outside the box. The guy with the ball at his feet, I can't believe my eyes, and it pains me, obviously, watching him at Juve. I wish him nothing but the worst, but it still pains me to see. Yeah. Unfortunately, Father Time waits for nobody, and outside the box, very, very poor. Now, inside the box, yes, he's gonna still get you goals, and of course he's gonna still finish top scorer in this area, which is incredible. But overall play, he has regressed massively. Now, who's gonna get Ronaldo? Who's gonna pay his wages? It's a problem because, like I said, as an overall player, the only two teams I can see him going to is PSG or United. PSG might be desperate enough to offer him a crazy amount of money for 2 years or so, and try. Or Ronaldo could be like, oh, I've done it in France, Italy, Spain, and England. United, I don't see it, and I don't think it'll be good for him to go to the Premier League at his age. And the problem with him, right, is that the only position I think he can play is a striker at the moment. But he doesn't like to play as a lone striker because he doesn't want to occupy the defenders. He still wants the freedom to operate outside. Now, that means he has to play alongside somebody else. I can't see United altering their formation just to suit Ronaldo, a 36, 37-year-old Ronaldo. Having said that, could Ronaldo be the final piece in the puzzle for United? I don't think so. I think either PSG, or probably he might end up staying there because no one's going to pay his wages, which would mean we will get to see Ronaldo playing in the Europa League next season. My oh my. Anyways, that is all from me. I apologize if I've missed a few things. A lot of people sometimes tell me I watch a lot of the big teams, right? Those are the teams that I watch. Those are the teams that I cover. You have a week and you can't watch all the games. So I apologize if I missed out on maybe your favorite team or some lower end team that's doing very well. But yeah, let me know what you think. Who do you think is going to win La Liga? Who do you think is going to get the final Champions League spot in England, in Italy? Some fascinating storylines for the end of the season. That's all for me. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll catch you next time. Peace.